and unity, because he knows that culture is what binds a country. So you cannot jeopardize the culture of a people because it's a way of life of a people. So what we are trying to say here is that the squabble in politics, where it concerns Ouattara and Laurent Gbagbo and Ouattara, is an issue of culture too, because they have two extremes, the north and the south, and each people want to keep their hegemony in power. So it becomes a squabble of elitist politics. So we want to say that African leaders must work on there's a lot of issues of psychosis of the mind, because their minds have been infected with power, influence, and authority. So we need a lot of psychotherapy and counseling to work on their minds, to see that life is a journey, and in this life trajectory, it starts from, it's a developmental perspective, that one day is about, life is all about starting from a journey where you are born, from birth to death, and one day you join your ancestors, and before you join your ancestors, you should be able to keep a legacy. So that's what I want to keep. Legacy is paramount, and that's why we can remember people like Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Mr. Item Armstrong, your 1 minute. While you conclude, you also look at, is your reason the same with his? All over the world, you see the North and the South always hitting their heads. What do you think?
Yeah, this issue of culture,
yeah,
has made us not to be fighting for human interests, but to preserve certain traditions and to continue being at the head. That is the greedy nature of humanity, has made them to always be conflicting. There's no doubt that in any country that you have the Muslims and the Christians, there will always be that clash. But I feel that humanity could come to a point where they know that you have blood running through your veins, I have blood running through my veins, and we are one people. We should work for the betterment of the society. My fear with Alassane Ouattara is that being the head of the Eco Commission, he might not have favor from his fathers who are France, because it appears he's in front, him and
because France is threatened that their currency.
Yeah, him and him and this man. Wait, let me land. Him and the former president of is it Buhari? Yeah, no, the former president Goodluck Jonathan. Yeah, that are the people spearheading the issue of eco. I think France, Macron, you might feel that they are playing a game, but Macron might not be comfortable because they are dictating the pace through the France CFA. It has not gone operational, but the mere fact that they are in front of such operations, it might not gain favor. And I want to call on the UN. The UN were the one who organized the election that just passed because of the bloody nature of Ivory Coast. They should not wait until things eradicate again or radicalizes again before they come. I think with this step of Alassane Ouattara going into election, if they deem it necessary, they should they should key in before issues are bad. And Alassane Ouattara has promised to give powers to the young. He said why countries are having presidents of 30s, 40s, 50s. He at 76, Ivory Coast cannot be an exemption, and he promised to keep his word. He should keep his word. And finally, my advice to Ivory Coast is that they should prevent war. They have witnessed a very bad scenario. They should not be fooled by these politicians, these bloody politicians.
That should be an African advice.
Continue killing themselves.
It should be an advice to all African countries. Mr. Njomosiri, don't you think that these older people are more politically intelligent?
Yeah, take a case for example like ex-president Henri Konan-Bedie, who is over 86 or so, but he's still the candidate for his political
party. What's juicy in that position?
Maybe you tell me what is also good in poverty. I think the suffering of hustling for money is more better than a second into poverty, because when you see what poor people go through, I mean poor in mindset and financially wise, you will never wish to lack a kobo. No, to be more serious and round up, does Alassane Ouattara really cares for his legacy as well for these 10 years? How can you enjoy seeing it going in flames? Because when you put all the cards on the table, all you can see, the draft is drafting to give Alassane Ouattara a very hard knot, because he has masterminded a lot of opponents,
Okay.
and placed all of them under warrant of arrest. If you see Guillaume Soro, if he dare comes to Ivory Coast
as a young man,
he has 30 years jail term on his head as we talk. Even Bagbo, now that he has been cleansed at the International Court of Justice, if he comes back, he has another 30 years jail term to serve. Already tried. And when the international court stood, when the African court stood against this rule, they said that Ivory Coast is a sovereign state. And talking about that sovereignty, no, the sovereignty of African states is not. We are talking 60 years after independence.
I think we shall have to treat that in subsequent.
And we are asking ourselves, what is the legacy our parents, our leaders are actually putting before us as children that we are growing up. Politicians are not all politicians are blood warriors. Personally, my political party and Kanto, we are coming up with something different.
Dear viewers of Crossviews on CMTV, we want to thank you so very much for being faithful to Crossviews. Those of you who are watching us live on CMTV Buzz, the Buzz is BUZZ, you keep on doing so. And at any time you go on social media, you want to send any contribution, just do so and we shall read it. I want to thank the gentlemen who have been there, Dr. Busi of the University of Oya, Mr. Item Armstrong, a legal mind, and Mr. John Mosiri, a very die-hearted politician, have been moderator Mwambo William, who has been making sure that things move here. I want to thank even the technicians and the broadcasters. See you next time.